Welcome to mantechhd. In this video we are showing you the all-new 2022 Hyundai IONIQ 5. Hyundai automated the production process of its integrated charging control unit ICCU, a key device that allows EVs to charge both high-voltage batteries and spare batteries. EV production line has been designed to automatically carry out entire processes that include assembly, welding, and the moving of parts. Hyundai said that the IONIQ 5 is manufactured in a clean room, just like in the semiconductor industry, as the EV model requires precision and clean environment. Let's check about its production factory, interior and exterior, reviews, features and specifications as well as price. We got the information about the battery where we found the battery pack production is also automated, with the production facility removing double-sided film from a single polyurethane pad and assembling a battery cell. Hyundai added that the automated system ensures that both the products and the manufacturing process are inspected simultaneously. The video also showed a 6-axis multi-joint robot manufacturing a battery module with 12 battery cells, with a deviation range under 0.2 mm. The completed battery pack is then loaded onto an automated guided vehicle, AGV, which is equipped with wireless communication devices and anti-crash sensors. The AGV moves the cell to a designated location on its own, avoiding obstacles. Hyundai said it uses automated systems to check over various electronic components of the IONIQ 5 as well. Based on data previously input by computers, these systems test whether cameras and radars are working properly. IONIQ 5 SEGMP can support both 400 volts and 800 volts charging infrastructures. The platform offers 800 volts charging capability as standard, and can accommodate 400 volts charging without the need for additional components or adapters. The multi-charging system is a patented technology that operates the motor and inverter to boost 400 volts to 800 volts for stable charging compatibility. With a 350 kilowatts charger, IONIQ 5 can charge from 10% to 80% in as little as 18 minutes. If the owner only has 5 minutes to spare, the IONIQ 5 can recoup about 68 miles of range using a 350 kilowatts fast charger. The standard 10.9 kilowatts onboard charger completes a full charge in 6 hours and 43 minutes using level 2 charging. The IONIQ sub-brand emphasizes connected living, and the IONIQ 5 has a host of innovative infotainment and connectivity features. A 12-inch touchscreen shares a panel on the dash with a 12-inch digital gauge cluster, but the former acts as a hub for all things entertainment. This includes smartphone-integrated apps such as Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as advanced voice recognition technology. If we talk about the interior, comfort, and cargo space, while not as artsy as the cabin teased by the Hyundai 45 concept, the IONIQ 5's interior boasts a tech-savvy space with a digitized dashboard and a heavy dose of eco-friendly materials. A head-up display with augmented reality that can project navigation directions on the windshield is just one fanciful feature. The compact crossover also takes advantage of its all-electric packaging, with a completely flat floor for maximum passenger and cargo space. The front seats also recline and incorporate footrests, which will let folks relax while the IONIQ is charging. With a wheelbase that's longer than the 3-row Hyundai Palisade, the 5 has ample front and rear seat passenger room. Its large center console has lots of storage space, and on top spec limited trims, it slides back and forth between the front seats. IONIQ 5's crossover body type achieves unique proportions and short overhangs due to its elongated wheelbase. Measuring 182.5 inches in overall length, 74.4 inches wide and 63 inches tall on a 118.1-inch wheelbase, IONIQ 5 offers large car-like interior space in a compact CUV. IONIQ 5's wheelbase is almost 4 inches longer when compared with a Hyundai Palisade midsize CUV, but its overall length is 14 inches shorter than Palisade's. Hyundai will offer the IONIQ 5 in two basic configurations, standard range and long range. The IONIQ 5 standard range is equipped with a 58 kWh lithium-ion battery pack, while the long range model features a 77.4 kWh battery. Both come standard with a single electric motor that powers the rear wheels. A second electric motor is an optional upgrade. It's placed at the front axle and enables all-wheel drive. Hyundai says the single motor setup produces around 258 pound-feet of torque, which is pretty respectable for an SUV of this size. The dual motor setup produces a brawnier 446 pound-feet of torque. The IONIQ 5 is shaping up to be a quick electric SUV, albeit not as fast as some of its chief rivals. Hyundai estimates that the all-wheel drive standard range model will accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.1 seconds, and its long-range counterpart will make the sprint in just 5.2 seconds. The rear drive standard range model takes a more leisurely 8.5 seconds to hit 60 miles per hour, while the rear-wheel drive long-range model takes 7.4 seconds. All IONIQ 5 SUVs are limited to a top speed of 115 miles per hour. The Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, has yet to weigh in on the IONIQ 5 estimated driving range. These official ratings should be published closer to the vehicle's on-sale date. Hyundai expects that the larger 77 kWh battery and single motor setup will yield the IONIQ 5 longest range. In European testing, known as the WLTP cycle, this configuration recorded a roughly 300-mile driving range on a full charge. The EPA rating is likely to be lower but also more accurate for American drivers, because its test puts more emphasis on highway driving. The Hyundai IONIQ 5 is part of a new wave of electric vehicles that support 800-volt charging. Most EV max out at around 400 volts. This higher voltage can greatly reduce the time it takes to charge an EV, at least when plugged into a DC fast charging station that can provide that kind of output. When using one, the IONIQ 5 can charge its battery pack up to 80% capacity in just 18 minutes, or recoup about 60 miles of driving range in 5 minutes. That's a major improvement over the Kona Electric, which takes about an hour to fast charge up to 80%. Hyundai hasn't disclosed how long it takes to fully charge the IONIQ 5 using a 240-volt outlet, which is the most common method for charging an EV at home. Compared to the exterior, the IONIQ 5 interior has a much softer aesthetic. The 5-seat cabin is clean and minimalist, and many surfaces are trimmed with recycled plastics and plant-based materials, owing to the vehicle's eco-friendly roots. The cabin feels light and airy, partly because of the panoramic sunroof, but also due to the IONIQ's flat floor and nearly 10-foot wheelbase. There should be ample seating space for adults in both rows. IONIQ 5 is built on an intelligent battery platform that can be modified for different powertrain configurations. So, you can go with a rear-wheel drive option powered by a single 168 kW motor with 225 HP and 300 miles of range. If you want more performance, there's all-wheel drive with 74 kW and 165 kW motors that belt out 320 HP yet still give you an efficient 269-mile range. The IONIQ 5 dual-screen infotainment system shares more than a passing resemblance to the MBUX setup found in modern Mercedes-Benz vehicles like the A-Class, but that's pretty good company to keep. The sleek layout features a 12-inch digital gauge cluster mounted behind the steering wheel and a 12-inch touchscreen at its side. Most of the vehicle's functions can be adjusted on screen with taps and swipes, but there are still physical buttons and knobs below for the main audio and climate controls. A head-up display is available, which can project pertinent driving and navigation information onto the windshield, making it easier for you to keep your eyes on the road. Another neat feature is the IONIQ 5 blind spot camera. When the turn signal is activated, a live video feed from that side of the car is displayed in the gauge cluster. The IONIQ 5 comes equipped with many features that you'd expect in an upscale EV, like a power liftgate and remote preheating or cooling of the cabin, but there are also a few features that you might not expect. For instance, the center console can slide fore or aft by about 6 inches, enabling better access for both front and rear passengers. The sunroof is optional with an integrated solar panel, which can power the SUV's infotainment and climate control systems without depleting the main battery. The IONIQ 5 also features vehicle-to-load capability. This means that the onboard battery pack can be used to charge or power other electronics, like a TV, portable refrigerator, electric scooter, or even another EV. Simply plug in using the external charge port or a second port located under the rear seats. Hyundai says output is capped at 3.6 kilowatts in this mode. Even though the 2022 Hyundai IONIQ 5 is an all-electric vehicle, the carmaker still offers multiple power options. You can select either an all-electric powertrain dual-motor all-wheel drive or the all-electric powertrain rear-wheel configuration. With a 77.4 kWh battery, the IONIQ 5 can produce up to 320 horsepower in the all-wheel drive model. The rear-wheel drive setup also boasts impressive performance with 225 horsepower, offering thrilling acceleration and responsiveness. What's even more impressive, this new electric vehicle can travel upwards of 300 miles on a single charge and is compatible with fast quick charging technology. If we talk about the front seat and rear seat, it isn't unusual to see lounge-like seats in the back of an S-Class or 7 Series, but it is surprising to find these thrones in the front of a Hyundai EV. That's right, the IONIQ 5 front seats have a built-in ottoman and they can recline considerably, with the idea being that occupants can relax in comfort while the vehicle is charging, or even take a quick snooze. Parlor tricks aside, the front seats are power adjustable and available with heating and cooling functions. The power adjustable rear seats can slide independently in a 60:40 split. The Hyundai IONIQ 5 has 18.8 cubic feet of cargo space behind its rear seats and 56.2 cubic feet of space with these seats folded. That's about average for an electric SUV, and it's sufficient for hauling a bike or two, stowing camping gear, or loading a few bulky items from the hardware store. By comparison, the Chevrolet Bolt EUV also provides 57 cubic feet of cargo room. The Ford Mustang Mach-E and Volkswagen ID.4 are slightly roomier at 59.7 and 64.2 cubic feet, respectively. Whatever doesn't fit can get towed behind. The IONIQ 5 is rated to tow up to 3,500 pounds. There's also a front trunk located underneath the hood, but it's very small and provides just enough space for the charging cable. The IONIQ 5 looks to be a very practical electric SUV, but also a rather safe one. Hyundai says it will equip the IONIQ 5 with front and rear collision warning, automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, driver drowsiness monitoring, automatic high beam headlights, and safe exit assist, which prevents the rear doors from opening if another vehicle is approaching. Additional driver assistance features include a surround view camera system, hands-free parking assist, and highway driving assist 2, which is a semi-autonomous driving mode that bundles adaptive cruise control with lane keep assist, lane centering, and automated lane changing. It isn't quite self-driving, but it's getting close. If you're looking for a safe vehicle, Hyundai is at the forefront of modern vehicle safety technology. Their SmartSense suite of driver's assistance systems helps ensure everyone gets to their destination without incident. Utilizing cameras, sensors, and sophisticated software, the IONIQ 5 can help drivers with blind spots, collision avoidance, and parking, to name a few. Hyundai has also made vital and real-time vehicle data more accessible using a head-up display on the lower front windshield. With the head-up display, the driver no longer needs to remove their eyes from the road to see speed, battery life, and mileage. Hyundai has also included innovative technology that learns your driving habits and can adapt to your unique driving style for more precise recommendations. Hyundai SmartSense safety features are not apparent to the naked eye. A Hyundai first, IONIQ 5 offers highway driving assist 2. This safety feature combines navigation-based smart cruise control and lane following assist and makes motorway driving more convenient using level 2 autonomous driving capabilities. Using IONIQ 5's front view camera, radar sensors, and navigation data, HDA2 controls the speed, direction, and following distance. Additionally, it can assist drivers when changing lanes. Rear cross-traffic collision avoidance assist is another standout safety feature of IONIQ 5. RCCA uses rear sensors to detect crossing traffic. When traffic is approaching from the left or right, RCCA displays and sounds a warning. If drivers do not stop, the feature autonomously applies the brakes to avoid a collision. Remote Smart Parking Assist makes parking easier than ever. Outside of the vehicle, drivers can activate RSPA via a button on the smart key. RSPA helps IONIQ 5 autonomously enter or exit a parking spot. This feature works for both perpendicular and parallel parking. Two important tests conclude production: the wind tunnel test and the crash test. The wind tunnel test is conducted to optimize IONIQ 5 aerodynamic performance. In an effort to protect customers, a crash test is conducted as well. IONIQ 5 was built with a front-end crash structure that absorbs and distributes collision impact. In the event of a head-on crash, the structure will minimize cabin deformation. Its passive safety steel structure, coupled with the latest Hyundai SmartSense suite of advanced driver assistance systems, provides IONIQ 5 customers with peace of mind on the road. The innovative vehicle-to-load function of IONIQ 5 transforms the BEV into a charger on wheels. V2L enables customers to use and charge any electric device, such as e-bikes, e-scooters, or battery-operated camping equipment. Supplying up to 3.6 kilowatts of power, IONIQ 5 can operate other electric machinery, 110 per 220 volt anywhere. With a specific adapter, an external recharging plug can be used as a power source. If you get some information from our video, so please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for watching more videos of mantechhd.